I like the power, the ability to shapeshift. So, I mean, can I keep that? Do I have to change?
Weight loss?
Yeah, I mean, I like that. I like that.
That's becomes human transmutation!
Yeah.
I enjoy how we think about the question as if like there's someone outside the door, some warlock ready to grant this wish.
Right.
And we're like, okay, hold on. Yeah. I'd like to have the Houdat alchemy.
Explain that.
I just witnessed a large catering to the room, sir.
Right here.
Beignet alchemy?
Let's see, as far as the ones in the show, I think the flame one is awesome. Burning stuff rules. And as far as what I would like to have, I think if there could be like a teleportation alchemy, that would be awesome. Never ever be late anywhere, go on trips immediately. Cairo, bam.
You'd never ever have to deal with the airports again. It'd be awesome. I think, I have thought about this now, I want the ability to turn base metals into ice cream. But I'd also want the shape-shifting ability so that I could eat the ice cream and not end up looking like I could do that. You know, that would be.
Well, then we could have the thing that you and I enjoy watching, which is watching people eat things like that and cry.
Mike and I like to go to restaurants together and cry while we eat just to throw off the waitstaff. And we'll sit there and we'll eat something really decadent and be like,
Yeah, we'll get dessert just for the sake of like going.
and the waiter comes by and we're like, yeah, can we get like some more Dr. Peppers? Thank you.
Is everything all right?
Yeah, we're fine.
Cake myself.
So there would be a lot of that.
I got nothing. I can't follow that. I can't follow that. Whose turn? Whose turn? You know what? No, I was. You know what? I was just gonna say that. I mean, I really like Ed's alchemy abilities, just like Wendy kind of likes her characters. And that was such a boring answer that I didn't want to say it. But I really enjoyed it. I like that. And you know what else I have to say? I like Chris's idea too, the food alchemy thing.
I like
Yours would
that
be
also.
sushi alchemy.
I mean, I would confine mine to desserts, though. I would see it's kind of a combination. Like instead of the flame alchemist, I would be the flan alchemist. Because I love flan. Pocket flan. What? Caramel. Whose turn?
Let's give some love to the very, very back. Someone's waving a pamphlet of some. Yes, we boom, bingo. You're gonna have to use that diaphragm and project.
What?
Voice it anyway.
When we had to voice a character that we didn't like, is that the question?
We do that all the time.
Okay. You're the orange. Yeah. Okay. So yes, over here. When you.
Down there again.
Okay. I never win. Okay.
I think I don't particularly like a lot of the characters I play as far as I wouldn't like to be their friends or anything in real life. I think that's kind of the fun and the challenge of it is playing different types of characters, and I don't think any of us really get attached to that side of it, like, oh, we don't want to voice them because they're not someone we would like or someone we are not interested in. As a matter of fact, that makes it more challenging and a lot of times more fun. So I would just do my best to give it my all regardless of how I feel personally about the character.
Very often in acting, like if you're portraying a villain, a villain of course doesn't know he or she's a villain, so you're looking for what motivates that character, and so very often you try to find the thing that you connect with. So as far as a character that you don't particularly like, I think you try to find that thing that you do like about it and flesh that out. And so, I mean, that's part of the gig. So, but I guess if there's any character I didn't like, it would be one who says, "He went that way," and I just leave.
Yeah.
Like, I don't right there, and then die.
Hey, you!
That's
Thanks for coming in.
Saying I agree. Those are good. I'm gonna absorb that answer, boom, put it out in the ether, there it is. Same thing.
He's dittoing.
As far as the personalities, like the bad guys, those are more fun to play because
Absolutely.
you wouldn't be that. You wouldn't do that. But even in the sense of like, oh, your character's so annoying. If it's that person in real life, that person doesn't walk around going, man, I'm so annoying, it's awesome, They think that they're cool. They don't know that they're annoying, so you just play them however they think they would like to be.
Or if you play like a character that's just kind of boring, like the nurse or whatever. I mean, you
Unless
still
it's
have-
hello, nurse.
Unless it's hello nurse, right? That everyone wants to.
But that would be cool to have anime characters that walked around in real life so you knew when they were like attracted to somebody because their nose was just blood. Or when they were angry, it's like a big tic-tac-toe thing right here.
Or if they were nervous and there was a sweat drop.
Yeah. Or when it was time to flip out, their eyes go just white, completely white.
I would hate for anyone to tell a bad joke though, because I would hate to just land on my back with my feet up every time.
Yeah, I agree with these guys. I mean, you don't really... The relationship you have to most of your characters is more complicated than just like or dislike. I mean, you may enjoy we all enjoy, professionally, doesn't matter how annoying or challenging the character may be, you look at your car payment or your rent and you go, I love this character. But your job as an actor is to connect in some way to all the characters you play, even if it is the guy that's, hey, that away, or the not so sexy nurse, if that happens to be the case, or whatever. So you learn to find something, and I agree with Kaysen brought up the villain thing, and I like that too, because it forces you to get your head around people that you wouldn't otherwise, from an objective standpoint, you're like, God, this guy's a jerk, man. He wants to destroy the world. Not a nice person, but you have to make it believable, and I find, in the case of playing a villain, it's a great way to ensure that you don't become one in real life yourself. Because then you learn to look for the warning signs, and you're like, oh, I'm starting to have thoughts of megalomaniacal control. I should probably back off a little bit. So it prepares you. It's very therapeutic. Very therapeutic.
Well, actually, that was exactly what I was going to say. Most good actors will find something they like about any character they get cast as, and they will embrace that, and I think that's what makes them good and what makes their performances believable, is because, if somebody just dials in a performance because they're not into it, or they don't like it much, or they don't, well, for whatever reason, they're just not invested in it, I think you guys as the audience can tell.
And we call that Samuel L. Jacksoning a role.
You know what I mean? I mean, you guys, you may not even know what it is exactly, but you just know that they're not really that into this. And so good actors will find something that they really like about a character, no matter what character it is. And yeah, you're exactly right. And bad guys often are a lot of extra fun to play, because well-written bad guys are often much more complicated and have much more going on than the heroes do. Because if they're really well-written, there's a reason why they turn bad. And there's a lot going on under the surface that you bring out, like a Scar character. When you first meet Scar, you just think he's just this bad guy who kills people, and then you start to find out more about him. Or an Envy character. Those are great characters. They're so well written. Yeah, you start to feel for them because you start to understand why they made the choices they did. So.
Ooh, let's see. How about...
Me! Her! That one.
Yes, you.
Okay, two very simple questions. Have you guys ever gotten into a really big fight with each other?
Yes.
Sure.
Can you explain that to me?
All the time.
Like what happened? Anything interesting or hilarious?
Wait, sorry, could you repeat that? We weren't listening. Sorry, we were fighting. So
Okay,
it was,
then.
have we ever fought with each other? And what was the second part?
Is there any hilarious scenarios with any of those fights?
Most fights are very funny if you're not the one fighting and you're just watching, then it's awesome. Watching these guys argue is awesome. Arguing with them is not so awesome.
All of these guys at some point I've been in a fight with, and they're all like brothers to me, so it's always funny.
Yeah.
It's like, these are all like siblings to me, seriously, and they pick on me relentlessly. Stop, feel sorry for me.
But I also like, just in general in life, I like to go watch fights, and I don't mean like prize fights. I like to go to the mall and watch couples argue in public.
That's
And like, I like watching some kid get his butt chewed out for being a little punk. But I love the inappropriate, we should take care of this at home. No, 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 here in the store, now we're gonna argue. This is the right place to do it. Oh, is everyone getting the show? Yes, I am. I'm gonna watch you. Yes, I am. You guys keep fighting, I'm gonna get popcorn.
But generally, we don't fight that much, I would say.
I've never had a fight with anybody up here except Todd and I had an argument one time because he tried to sell me cocaine, but, you know, and I don't do that kind of thing.
it was part of the beignet
I don't
yourself package.
No, I said no! Have a corn, I will not take drugs with you.
Is that what happened to my shipment? I am 1 day late on a payment, and you trying to sell it to Vic?
I gotta make the Skrilla, baby.
You got a big nut, you gotta make a nut.
Todd and I mud wrestle on a weekly basis for